Morning. Welcome to the June Park and Tree Committee meeting. Call the meeting to order. We start with a Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic and nation of God. Thank you. Roll into a roll call. Present. Present.
Here. Here.
Lena will be here shortly. Thank you. Take a look at the meeting minutes from our last meeting. When you've sufficiently reviewed them, if I can get a motion to approve.
I approve. I read them over a couple times already.
Okay. And when somebody else is finished, if we can get a second. Safety fair.
There was that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. There it is. I have a question. Did you, on the roundtable thing, on the second line, Larson, tree committee aware that it may become a public perk or park? Okay.
Be a perk to be a park.
Mom is an English professor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I'm thinking,
I'll second the minutes as standard.
Okay, we have a. Yeah,
Yeah.
please make the correction on that. Perk to park. Might be a perk parking in the park. Yeah. Okay. Now that we have a first and a second, all in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That approves the meeting minutes for last month. Thank you. Move into old business, beautification committee update.
I have nothing to report this month. It's quick.
Yeah. It looks like everything in the islands are going well anyway.
Yeah.
And it looks to me like the park at the leading edge of town looks a lot different. Yeah, Clover. It just looks a lot more vibrant this year than it has in the past. I don't know if there were more flowers planted there this year or.
Wally, I think, unless Bob wants to correct me, I think Patty kind of does that personal, doesn't she? Because
I
you
was
don't
gonna
see,
say that Patty has
Yeah.
taken that on.
Right.
And has made it kind of her own this year, yeah.
because you don't usually see
And-
her downtown, but she says that's her park she'd work
And I know
on.
Sean and staff has worked with her to
Yeah.
make some adjustments to irrigation and some other things, so we've been kind of working with her as well.
Are we talking Clover or Fern Ridge?
Clover.
I just wanted to point it out. It's noticeable, the work that's been done there from previous.
I appreciate the light. I'm sorry.
But trust me, if I'm noticing something being pretty, that's a significant change. So,
And they've been working in front of Hoy's.
yeah,
They did this week.
okay. Move on to Ashbrook Park. Took the trees out, but we're pumped. We're waiting for fall to put some new trees in.
Yeah, we still need to grind those stumps.
Other than that, hasn't changed.
Correct.
Okay. Whittle Bridge. We get an inspection.
Yes, they did an initial inspection. We haven't seen the report, but in the email correspondence to us, they did find rot in exterior, and they believe there's rot in the subfloor as well. But to verify that, we're going to be working with them, I think I want to say it's next week. We're going to be pulling a few boards off, and they can get in and get some pictures, and then they can kind of give us an accurate detail of what's going on. But there, I think as expected, we've got rot on the outside. We're going to probably have a little bit of rot on the inside. So we'll bring that report when we get it back.
Sounds like it's nothing different than what you expected.
I guess I was hoping better. We'll see with the report. It doesn't sound like it's everywhere. It just sounds like it's on the south, or I guess it's that western face, like everything hits around here, and it's up in that corner on that side, or like on the west side, but on the south side.
Yeah.
So we'll see how extensive it is.
Does it look like it's above or below?
It's subfloor. They were saying it's subfloor. So it's the moisture that's blowing into the bridge from the side. It's going down, and then the moisture stays inside. And probably, I imagine, I'm not a structural guy, I'm not a wood guy, but I know water and no sunlight can cause damage to wood.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Next is Sankey Park Stage. Do you have any updates to that? Just
No, I haven't made any arrangements yet to go up and see the company I talked about previously,
Right.
just due to health concerns, but
Yeah.
I'm on track.
Okay.
Weather's getting better too, I think, somewhere. Supposedly. Yeah. Anyway, well, I'll continue pursuing that though.
yeah. Did I read in the paper somewhere that the city of Sweet Home has a portable stage?
It's not exactly the same thing we're talking about. It's basically a flatbed trailer
Yeah.
that is set up as a stage
Okay, that's what they're using at the tune-up.
at the
Tuesday?
Tune Up Tuesday.
Yeah, it's a trailer with a one add-on kind of front to it, so
Yeah.
it gives it a little more square feet.
Okay, I was just making sure I read that and I thought. The square footage on that trailer doesn't look like it's much different than the old bandstand that was there, right?
It's small.
Yeah, it's smaller.
Is it?
I was there last night.
Did you see it?
It's much
Yeah.
smaller.
Tune-up Tuesdays, they've been using it in the parking lot. So
Yeah.
if you go see that, that's what it is.
It's the same thing they used last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, in the parking lot.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember from last year.
They didn't have the front on it. I think the first event they put that front pop out on it. I think after that you guys didn't. You did use it yesterday though, right?
Yeah.
It looked like it was
It
attached.
It was
Really?
already
Yeah.
installed.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it is smaller, it's not much smaller. Bandstand. Bandstand wasn't very big. Get inside it. 12 by 15 maybe?
I would say it's significantly bigger. I would say 3 of those trailers at
Yeah.
least.
Okay.
I do too, just because I saw it.
At
last
least,
night and-
even the width or the length and the width. I mean,
Yeah. Food for thought. That's just something rustling around in my head. So it's gonna dry out 2023 for the Dahlenberg Bridge move. That sound right?
Yeah, I'm not a weatherman. I think we're all kind of need a little vitamin D right at this point, right?
Yeah, that's what we're waiting on though, right? Is
Yeah, we've been behind on mowing. We just got our temps on and a new employee, so we've been understaffed for a while.
Yeah.
And so as of, I think, 2 weeks ago, right, we really have started hitting the, I mean, other than Sean and our one employee just going at it, now we have a few other people. We're also, we got behind on PD and that's being mowed, and there's just
can't
other
move the
things.
bridge until things dry out. right?
No, I wouldn't imagine anything. And again, this is probably something we should take off. I think we talked about this last meeting, that we would take this off the agenda until we got some more information. But I would imagine somebody has reached out to an employee and potentially, but it's going to have to be dry. It's going to have to be after the Jamboree. I don't think there's any way that anybody's going to be able to do that. But also that person hasn't officially come forward yet either. So I think until we can get an opportunity and they get some, and Dominic gets some things planned, it'd probably be prudent to take that off until then.
The person came forward to help move it.
Yes. But not officially.
Yeah.
So let's take that off the record.
Yeah.
We should probably take this off until we can get it worked out, the details, and then I think it'd be good to get it moved and get that all cleaned up at some point.
Once someone does come forward on the record, we will need to at least notify the, have a
Absolutely.
recommendation from the Park and Tree Committee.
So
and
I was fed some
on the
information,
location and
just for the group. Somebody reached out to us and there was a discussion, and they were going to revisit it after everything got dried out, and that hasn't occurred yet. So when that happens, we'll then come back and let you guys know exactly what they're thinking or how they can help, I guess.
what we'll do then is have the plan of where we're recommending to put it and how that fits in with the surrounding area. For you to then look at, and if you approve, make a recommendation to the city council that it be done.
Yeah.
And then we'll take it to the city council.
I think we already approved moving it. And the
I just
idea was to
where-
move it and store it back here until we had a
Yeah.
location, and it seems like that was tied up with a mini park going in next door here, because we couldn't get any of the supplies for it right now,
So
correct?
that's what I was going to bring up, is that we do have a site plan
Yeah.
for the park
Yeah.
next door.
Okay.
And that was, everybody looked at that, everybody approved that. We chose a site for the bridge based on that park. And so we need to keep that in mind, that this is tying into the actual city hall park.
Yeah.
So as, you know, and if we need reminders, I can have Joe print that off again. So it's the combination of City Hall Park, the dog park, and so
Yeah.
that's what it will be included in. So we just need to keep that in mind as we go to move it, not just to pop it down anywhere. There was an actual design planned for it. So
Yeah. I thought so.
Yeah, no, I think we just need to pull the city council in on this too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll be quite surprised when some city property suddenly changes position. I would not bet on that.
Okay. Let's move on to Northside Park. No, I told you it was gonna be nice today, last month, remember? It was gonna be a nice day. That was once. Yeah, so just make sure I'm not gonna cover something we're supposed to cover. Yeah, which is probably, I'm assuming just based off my living expenses is getting dramatically affected by the cost of things now. Is that true? Or budget? I mean, like consumables and that's what I mean. So even though we have a budget, it isn't going to go as far as it did historically. So will our parks maintenance costs go up and affect the overall parks budget?
So Brandon out of the gate gave us, I think, all of 3%, just trying to keep up.
Yeah.
And then we looked at individual items from there. So, we're trying to hit that target, but there's no guarantee. And like everybody, you're seeing the prices going up. Fuel's a big one.
Yeah.
When it comes to piping, but we're not doing a lot of irrigation, doing a little bit, so it's not going to be a big cost there. Chemicals, we don't use maybe a little bit of fertilizer, so there'll be some increased costs there. Anything petroleum, I think, connected, we'll definitely kind of see something, but
OSB is only $24 a sheet as opposed to $8. Normal.
well, I know I filled my truck up and it was over $150.
Yeah.
So that was an ouch.
If it makes you feel any better, I learned yesterday that the USS H.W. Bush fills up on jet fuel at 1.2 million gallons weekly. So.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, I was doing the math on that last night. Like, wow, budget's got to be going better.
And I was looking, because we can't, first of all, we can't get vehicles for the police.
Yeah.
But I have I got a way to take care of that, and he knows that the new officers, we're gonna get them electric bicycles.
Oh,
So
there you go.
covers that all up.
Oh. Can't wait to see them bring somebody in on it. Yeah. So Northside Park, we would still be waiting for the budget to approve and then the fiscal year to kick off to consume that, right? Besides some minor stuff.
Going to be approved.
Yeah.
We'll just have a better idea. That was the priority, so we'll have a better idea of what products look like and then go back to that list.
Yeah. I didn't see anything on what we had talked about before that seemed like it would be hard to do. I mean,
Well, I think we talked about some sort of a design too. We
Yeah.
talked about a dog park, some paths, and Public Works, I think it worked really well at Sankey and other parks where we had some sort of a map or whatever our plan is.
Yeah.
And I think that's the first step is we need to figure out exactly where we're going to position that dog park and
Right.
any paths associated with it and any other work that we're going to do. But we should need to do that first so we can get started and at least start planning, purchasing equipment, materials, footages, all those things.
Yeah. Was it in the paper or online that they had the article on the racquetball court? I saw it. I read it because it talked about the costs of the racquetball court. Yeah, the exact locations.
No, I posted it as the City of Sweet Home on our Facebook page. Yeah, our Facebook page. I went over there and walked through it. I was almost killed. There was a massive spider that almost got me.
Oh,
So I survived. Don't worry. I made it. But it was ginormous. Okay, anyways. But yes, so yeah. No, stop it. No, so that was, that I went ahead and I thought we need to start spotlighting we'll review this later, but we need to start spotlighting the parks that we have in town and what we do have, because a lot of people don't know that we have that racquetball facility. And to be honest, that was the first time I'd been inside. So, yeah. So anyway, so that was on the city's Facebook page. So if you actually follow it, like the Facebook page, and then share those posts, and that just helps us get the word out. So. Wow, yeah, well, look at that. Yeah.
I just thought that was a good article because it explained more than I knew.
Mhm.
I didn't know the costs.
Mm,
and stuff,
okay.
so
Yeah.
That was something that was valuable. I don't know if that's something that Scott would put in the paper.
Maybe.
Small article on that, because that's a facility, the actual facility
Right.
in a park that we have. That people
Mhm.
don't, you say, probably don't know.
Right. They don't realize we have it there. Yeah.
And I just wonder how many people actually read the paper, get it.
Here in Sweet Home, it's a higher number than in other areas. So that is where a lot of people have gotten away from print news. But here in Sweet Home, there is still a fair number of people that read it.
Yeah.
So it would probably be beneficial to reach out to
Anybody
Scott.
read your paper? You
Oh,
do?
I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
I usually read it every Wednesday morning.
I was just curious. I read it all the time. It's the only way I ever find out what's going on. So usually it's about what happened versus what's going on. I'd like
Exactly.
to know what's going to happen before. But that's what Facebook is for, I guess. That's where I find that information.
Mr. Chair, if I may. Do you know how many people actually play in the court there?
I hear it's
Say
like
what?
12.
Okay.
I wonder if we might also maybe talk to the library about having some rackets and balls available to check out. You know, because I think that's the barrier. People not having the equipment.
Right. I think that's a good idea.
And I don't know this, my memory's correct. Is it even, I didn't think there's anything on the building at all. Like, it doesn't say Sweet Home Racquetball Court.
It does. It does. It's a horrible paint job, but it is there.
I didn't remember it. That's why I was like, we went there quite a few times, so not for the tennis court. Like, the wall of the racquetball court's nice to practice softball, cornball,
That's right.
for tennis. Okay, that's just me.
I think
I do.
someday down the road, we should probably have a Celebrate Parks Day, just whatever. You know, and now I know we're going to talk about brochure later, but you know, there's a good thing. You got a lot of new people in town, a lot of
Yeah.
people, a lot of kids, a lot of older people. I know through my store, what's there to do? Where's the parks? So it's something I might want to do.
And it's a
someday.
good indoor sport. But I mean, here in Oregon, we need an indoor something to do. So
Yeah.
having something like racquetball, people can go in and exercise, get their exercise in the winter time. I mean, it's a great option. So that's another thing to push it, you know.
We have plenty of parks, so
That gave me an idea, so
oh boy.
I'll bring it up later. Okay,
Mr. Chair. The third Saturday of May is Kids to Park Day, a national day of outdoor play celebrated annually. The day connects kids and families with their local, state, and national parks and public lands.
Say it again. What day was that?
Saturday.
I know it's over, but Huh?
Third Saturday of May.
wow.
I know, and I kind of lost my voice, sorry.
And what was it called again? I'm sorry.
It's called Kids to Park Day.
Hmm.
So there is such a thing as a national
Celebrate parks.
day, not for national parks, but for
Yeah.
parks. Yeah. Something to think about.
That's
I'll
good.
put it in my
I like it.
calendar. The couple months reminder. Okay, let's move on to the Lower Sankey, our donation recognition.
I went, help reserve the bridge for a wedding.
Yeah.
Last month. On the bridge itself. There are some brass plaques up on. You guys were talking about maybe. It would match kind of what's in there. So, whether that's still kind of the thought of like. That, but if you go. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, and how they would.
So we still need pricing for all that stuff, right? So I will take it on my own to go over to the place that I buy stone at on 34. I don't know the name of it anymore. Yeah, it's on the right-hand side if you're heading towards Corvallis, just past Mike's Bargain Wood stuff. And I'll find out from them, because I'm sure they have the ability to get vertical, cool-looking stone things. Unless there's somebody else that you guys know of.
You have to do the research, just like you were.
Yeah, so I'll take that and I'll go find out some stone pricing, heights and sizes, and I can't, the metal plaque's gotta be,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can find out from.
I just, that can't be a hard thing to do. I'm assuming the chunk of stones takes longer to order something.
There'll be a lot of names on it. But I'm
Yeah.
sure they can make.
I think any trophy shop would be able to do those type of castings where they get the slate certain size
Yeah.
and then they grind them out. The stone and the monument side, they may even be able to help with that, but that's depending on size, you may run into issues of where you get that, but those might be a little costly.
Right. Oh. Yeah. The plaque part.
Sorry.
Other part, where? I guess figure out the size of the stone. That's near the plaza.
Yeah. Yeah, I walked around that a bunch the other day looking at that. Just like, where would we put it? And to me, it looked like over near the flagpole
Mm-hmm.
to the, between the bridge and the flagpole seemed to be an obvious location with that. Because you're gonna get a lot of foot traffic in that area and people are walking in and they see it there. That was just me looking at it, but I couldn't see it anywhere else that it made sense. Because the other places we talked about, there was stuff there already, which I was surprised, like, oh, this is filled in pretty well. I mean, with benches and trash can, and there's a display there. It's in, and it just shows the map that's on it. It's the same one. It's all over the place. It shows the area around Sweet Home, and there's kids at it all the time, and families there talking about it, and pointing out where things are at. So almost every time I've been there, somebody's up looking at that, which is surprising to me. And then I went and looked at it and realized where some things were, so.
Then you're,
Yeah. Yep. Just saying, it's,
You are here.
it was actually more valuable than I thought it was. People are using it and so did I. Okay. So, move on to the, so I'll bring that back to the meeting on the 20th. And I'm assuming by then we need to have a move on getting it done so we can get it ordered and in place before, so we probably need to plan on moving forward at that time with whatever our options are. I'll be out and about a bunch over the next month traveling around, so I'll check a lot of places before the next meeting. Okay, let's move on to the health fair booth. Bob?
No, the health fair is moving forward, in general. I've got back quite a few applications for that event for the high school. So I think the plan was for this committee to have a table there to represent the parks and the outdoor activities at our parks. So I'll probably be looking for some individuals maybe on that Saturday morning to kind of help me do setup, because normally I set up the night before, but since we're having it outdoors this year, it'll be a matter of setting up about 40 tables that morning, bright and early, to let vendors come in and set up. So, but moving forward, good. So I'm looking forward to the parks having this type of material and some displays and to showcase our parks. I think that would be good for the attendance. With the kids coming this year, the backpack program we've added this year, and that's going to draw probably up to 400 kids to that event. So there'll be a lot of families there this year. So there's a lot of exposure with this event. So
May I? What's the date on that event?
that's August 20th. It's a Saturday. It's from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Where's the location? The location?
It'll be this year in front of the high school where you see the LBC Center and the covered area going into the auditorium. So we're going to take that area up right in there in the front. What I got.
So for us on the committee, Lena has the lead for that. I'll be gone. So are you and Deb running with that?
And I thought maybe Nancy was gonna come.
Yeah, I think everybody was,
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
there.
More people, the better,
And then what,
especially rotating people in and out.
That's best.
were you gonna do you said that we need to do an application or?
I've got those
Okay.
and I can fill one out on behalf
Okay.
of this group and just have it in my file so I know that you just need a table, correct?
I think that's all we need.
Yep. Okay. Let's move on to one that's a little closer. Public Safety Fair
Mm.
happens to be Saturday
Mhm.
morning, 9 to noon. Sound right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I've got a pop-up to put there and a table and a couple chairs. And then I'm just curious what all we can have there from the parks to display. This is great.
So just so you know, I was watching you guys, I didn't hold them this morning, so they're.
Just trying to Yeah, the whole idea was to try to get this done. So we could
Yeah.
have one.
It's, this part's the front. Okay. Those are inside.
Goes like this.
Okay.
Ooh,
And then you open it up and you see the park amenities there.
Ah.
And then something first.
Yep.
And then you open it up and then.
I love it.
This is. That is what. Oh.
Fold them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now let me know how to do them.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's
just
okay.
to
Wally
find-
made a paper airplane out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Better not.
Okay.
I don't know what else you might want.
Pictures of the Evergreen Park. Because we just did that. You know, we planted the trees, redid the
Mhm.
park, had Arbor Day there.
Mhm.
Kind of talk about something we've done. Yeah, something that we've done recently.
Okay.
You know, that would be a good thing. And it's gonna be drizzly Saturday morning.
She's watching you, Blair.
Wally, you think about pictures of the
Oh,
bandstand.
Just,
that,
no,
you know,
let me
we
have it. Let me have
given
that.
just to show them.
I think we have to wait until we come up with something.
Okay.
Yeah. Just so we don't get people excited about something we didn't do.
I hear ya.
So you know how when you walk in here, they have those big banners on, what are those called? On the stand? Working the door, the stand-up banners.
Don't have time to work on it.
Okay, anyway, for the future, I think we should have one of those because it seems like we're going to be doing more and more things. We've stepped up to a brochure. And so I think it'd be cool rather than bungee tying a little banner that says parks or whatever. It'd be nice to have a professional one like those, like when you walk in.
Yeah, 3City US.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, those are great, but you know, we should do a little better. Is it in a,
Okay.
I'll see what I can find.
Okay. Yeah. If you just, I'll check with you Friday. You'll be here Friday morning. I'll come Friday morning and pick stuff up.
Would you like to have this printed out on a large scale on on the banner
that'd
thing?
be cool.
Something like that we can
Good idea.
put out. Yes, sir. Yeah, just something. I don't know if we'll be able to get it on something to stand it up on an easel or something, but I can. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll get it printed on the big banner
Okay.
printer, and then that way it gives people, I mean, it's a good visual.
Yeah.
So,
I notice people like to see that, to see where things are and to look at it. That
Right.
gives them a reference point.
right.
So,
Nice.
Cool.
Okay. I'll get the sizes from you and then we'll get this printed. Good call.
Make sure you wear your t-shirt.
yeah, you're gonna be there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so myself and Nancy will be there. Anybody else that wants to come down?
You'll be there
9 to 12?
Saturday.
Yeah, good. And it's at the police station, right?
Right.
Yeah. I actually didn't even think about it. I was just gonna go there because that's where it's always been. To get burned doing that one day.
Yeah, you did great.
Yes, thank you. It's awesome. Folding's a bit hard, but
Larry got his figured out. Mine's a little crooked, but we didn't
Hey.
fold yours yet.
how about new business, the Harvest Festival?
So a couple things for Harvest Festival, talked about doing the dedication.
Yeah.
So as long as we get everything ordered, dedications. As it gets a little bit closer, I will figure out how and when we're gonna do that, because I start putting schedule of events together right now, because the park got finished, I'm still working on logistics, so if it's raining, I will actually get to go out to the park. You know, I will have to put booths in a different place this year, because just
Yeah.
So once I get that figured out, I'll bring it back to the committee and decide how you guys want that dedication. Probably somewhat, you know, like when we did whatnot. The other thing I want to bring up is last year we had a discussion internally. We have a pie booth that we do a pie competition, and then we sell pieces of pie for a donation, a recommended donation of $3. We need a committee to man that booth, and we want the committee to ask that you man that booth, run the competition, and then the funds could go back into whatever.
Hey.
Put it toward something, so, but we need someone to man that booth, and it'd be a great kind of additional thing for the park retreat committee to help with that. So, I'm doing that to you now because I have to.
I can ask my husband, who's wins the pie contest, if he'd like to. I know. I'll have to say,
So, but
anyway.
We would like to, maybe make that a park retreat.
That'd be cool.
I put together, the applications all come into us, we put it all together, and then the day of bring the pies into you, the pie competition starts at a certain time, get judges. You guys just kind of run that part, and then people serving pie, as soon as the competition's over, then you serve pie. It is very popular, we ran out of pie fairly quickly last year, and, I was grateful, so the local motorcycle group, the Road Maggots, do the chili cook-off. Many of their wives jumped in and did the pie booth last year, so, I was very grateful for them. They jumped in.
Funny, huh?
So if you guys are willing to do that, I would.
So may I ask my husband if he could be involved with that? Because, you know, he bakes really good pies and he would probably be a great organizer of that.
Yeah.
Committee and family.
Yeah, I support that. So, anybody opposed? No?
And it is, and if you guys, we can discuss it as the time gets closer, if you want to do like shifts, that would be great too. We can talk about how you guys want to run that, but I just need to run it past you, see if you're willing.
I think you have a go.
All in favor?
Thank you very
All
much.
in favor.
That's an easy one. What's the Harvest Festival date? Okay, really? Yeah. October 1st.
So, and as it gets closer, it'll be one of those things for set up, take down.
Yeah.
A couple of you areas.
Yep.
So I greatly appreciate it. That takes a burden off my.
Yeah.
So you say you select the judges? You said you-
If you know, so what I do is I just say, find some judges, be like an odd number of judges, so that way there's not
Oh.
five. So,
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Five last year, depending on the amount of five. So kind of, 5 to 7 judges. So that makes sense.
Is that for pie tasting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wally's
Yeah.
intrigued.
Well, yeah, I didn't know if it was the pie eating, so you figure out who won the pie eating, or it's the pie tasting.
eating contest.
Okay,
Baking contest.
baking contest.
Contest, we use-
Yeah.
But that gets another logistical thing, so we are now just doing by case.
Okay. Pie tasters.
And there's a lot of great pies, so.
Really? Can't get my kids to even eat any pie.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Love,
Oh, no, they don't like them.
that's
Won't
crazy.
eat pie. So we just don't do it.
I like strawberry rhubarb.
Yeah,
I think I have a cake in it.
Oh, me too.
we have ice cream though, so that's the. So, yeah. So, with the Harvest Festival, just going back up to the recognition, when we talk about the names, the number of names that are on the plaque, I'm not sure how many people, how we recognize people on that. I mean, was there this is an absolutely everybody that didn't mark, I don't want to be identified, or do you do different levels, or?
I didn't do a level thing. It was just if you donated.
Yeah.
And you wanted your name, because on the form itself is if you want recognition.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a few people that wanted to stay anonymous.
Yeah.
That on there, but I do have a list of all the donors.
So if you had just a ballpark guess, what's that number of names? Oh, so it's not in the hundreds.
No.
Okay,
There are many that are anonymous though, so just actual ones that would want their.
yeah,
A couple dozen.
okay. So, yeah, it just makes a difference if I'm going to talk to somebody about a stone.
I can go back to when I get back to my desk.
Oh, if it's less than 50, then it doesn't have to be this, Bongasso. It could be something more of a
national monument kind of stone, a little skinnier. Yeah,
In my visual.
that was in mine too, but then I began to get nervous about the number of names. Like if there's 250 names, that's not gonna fit very well.
Mr. Chair, the danger is missing somebody.
Yes,
Yeah, you miss somebody, that's gonna be a problem.
that's bad.
Yeah, I have a Sharpie.
Yeah. One of those ones.
We have good cameras in the park though now too. Watch it.
Angela will get that
Watch
taken
it.
care of. It's just something I.
Yeah, that's
concerned about
terrible.
sometimes.
Get anybody.
Yes, yeah, it could be a person that gave. And so
Yeah,
she'll get that taken care of, I'm sure.
Yep. okay. I just wanted to double check on that because I didn't want to miss something. So. Okay. It seems to be the time of year where we're into more action than we are planning, especially until we know what we're doing with the North Side Park. So till we can go out there and have our meeting next month, we'll be in kind of a hold. But it'd be good to walk with you guys through it and talk about it, because I think the advantage of doing that is that we can come up with an idea, but you can come back and tell me it's ridiculous while we're standing there. You know what I mean? It doesn't work because of this, or this makes it harder, which you can't see that unless you're physically there. So you probably knock out a lot of thoughts right away and get some motion for you guys then to move on. Get that taken care of. So on to roundtable.
So, Mr. Trask, would you take one of these to your council meeting, please? Excuse me, Counselor Trask. So they know that we're moving forward, doing great things.
I think we can manage one.
Mine's a little crooked.
I like the folding this.
Yeah.
It's like arts and crafts.
So if we have nothing further, I make a recommendation that before we leave, since we are done early, that we split those devices up right now and just fold them right quick. And many hands make light work. We'll be done by 9:30 and
Absolutely.
have that done. I know, but I voted in now, then I'm.
Yeah, good job.
If I have nothing else, we
No.
conclude early today.
Because I got.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Good job.
Great meeting, guys.